So nasa lesson 4 na tayo ngayon. Ang pamagat ng lesson 4 ay God's goodness and the problem of evil. Okay? So objectives sa lesson na ito are the following. This lesson is ordered to lead you to understand that the church's glory over sin and death throughout the spirit of the risen Christ. At ang morals, let the empowering spirit strengthen you, especially in time of temptations and in the trying moments of your daily lives. And so i-complete siya sa worship. I continue to cling to God as our Savior and Redeemer, especially in times of temptation. Okay. So sabi po dyan sa Wisdom chapter 1 verse 13 and chapter 2 verse 24, God did not make death, and He does not delight in the death of the living. It was through the devil's envy that death entered the world. So yung complete na module po nito, hindi pa magandang pagka-download po niya rito, ay send ni Ma'am Angel sa inyo, my dear grade 8 learners. So God is infinitely good and all His works are good. Yet no one can escape the experience of suffering or the evils in nature, which seem to be linked to the limitations proper to creatures. Okay. So taking the right path, right? Why did God create man in His image and likeness? Bakit daw nilikha ng Diyos ang tao sa kanyang image and likeness? Man was created in the image and likeness of God, Genesis chapter 1 verse 26, because he was endowed with intellect and will. So ang tao ay image and likeness dahil meron siyang intellect and will. Living beings are synthesis of body and soul. Plants have the vegetative soul, which involves birth, growth, and reproduction. So according to St. Thomas Aquinas, ang mga halaman, ang mga plants, vegetables, meron silang kaluluwa rin. Ang tawag sa kanila ay vegetative soul. No? It's the living force sa mga beings. What makes a being living is because of the soul. So itong vegetative soul ay may birth, growth, and reproduction. Animals, possess the sensitive soul, which comprises the internal and external senses. Only men were given the rational soul. May kaluluwa tayo, pero ito ay rational, which includes intellect and will. Meron tayong intellect at meron tayong will. No? We consent, we like, we desire. Yan yung will, and intellect is we know. God created us to be with one another. Okay? God who created us in love continues to provide us with a beautiful world. Out of that same love flows an abundance of resources to be enjoyed and shared with others. The world is filled with ample sources of food and water and rich lands where we can work, rest, and enjoy. We have become further aware of the interconnection of all creation. No? Vegetables, plants, animals, and humans, merong interconnection. For example, the rainy season and the summertime are part of continuous cycle of renewal and rebirth. Animals die, but their remains return to the earth to give life to plants and other creatures. There are times when we interfere with the cycles of nature and we run the risk of destroying God's creation. Okay? Yan, may mga pictures dyan. Mas maganda yung mga pictures na isasend ni Ma'am Angel. Okay? Kasamaan, kasakiman, kasalanan, KKK, evil, greed, sin. There are many Filipino words for evil and sin. We witness this in our daily life. Evil exists all around us. The news shows violent and hateful acts that take place in our world. Every day, somebody is killed, abused, or robbed. Graft and corruption around abound in the country. There are conflicts and wars happening in and between different countries. Tulad ngayon sa Afghanistan ngayon. People kill people, engage in human trafficking, and watch pornography. In schools, incidents of cheating, lying, stealing, and bullying persist. So yan po ang ating lesson 4 at yan po nagtatapos ang ating first article, no? Maalala ba ninyo ang article 1? I believe in God, the Father Almighty, Creator of heaven and earth. So sa lesson 1, pinag-aralan natin yung existence and attributes of God. Sa lesson 2, one triune God. Sa lesson 3, God's creation, angels, human beings, and world. And lesson 4, God's goodness and the problem of evil. So sa article 1 na ito, bahala na si Ma'am Angel na magpapagawa sa inyo ng activity or any quiz. So see you po sa article 2 with 2 lessons, lessons 5 and lesson 6. See you.